She's really pretty, you know.
Do you think it's a sculpture or a painting?
This one moment in time.
It's kind of like a soap opera.
All this is at the NCMA, the North Carolina Museum of Art, a great place to hang out and to discover things very old and very new. So where do we start? About 2,000 years ago, with this gold mask. It was used to cover the face of an Egyptian mummy. And yes, it's real gold. These hieroglyphs show the Egyptians strongly believed in life after death. But it was their everyday life that produced the oldest object in your museum. How old? Over 5,000 years. What is it? It's a small stone fish that was used as a makeup tray. We know the ancient Egyptians used makeup. Old tomb paintings prove it. Skip a few thousand years from ancient Egypt to ancient Greece. It's Hercules. He's been given 12 dangerous, impossible tasks by the Greek gods. Here, he's just killed a huge lion that couldn't be slain with a sword. Hercules polished it off with that club, then skinned it with its own claws. What's the ideal of female beauty? Your ideas may be different from those of ancient Greece and Rome. Their artists portrayed Venus in her bath, an excuse to portray her nude. Artists have been sculpting statues of her like that ever since, including our own Italian Venus.
She's really pretty, you know. Except for her hair, it's kind of out of style. But
Yeah.
She's just so...
Her skin's really smooth.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
You might think this priceless Madonna came from a church. That was its first home, but we got it from a chain of discount stores. At least that's where NCMA benefactor Samuel Kress made his fortune. He gave the painting as part of a $1 million gift that helped launch our museum. It's painted in the flat, simplified style of the Middle Ages. Later, in the Italian Renaissance, paintings were more realistic. Every year, the Postal Service does a Christmas stamp, and in 1993, chose our Madonna. From Italy, let's move north to Belgium, where in the 1600s, Frans Snyders was the master of still life painting, which had lots of detail. His river market scene is over 11 feet long and 6 feet high.
There's all this food in there. I mean, there's the deer and the cow, and then there's like all these weird foods like the peacock. What does peacock taste like?
This is how people got along. This is the only way you could get your food. This is just how it is.
The Feast of Esther is a Dutch example of dramatic suspense. Here, Esther reveals to the king of Persia a dark plot to kill all the Jews in the kingdom. The Jewish people still celebrate Esther's courage on a holiday called Purim. The story of Esther is also told on a Hebrew scroll in our special gallery of Jewish ceremonial art. Nature, as we know, can be terrifying. Mount Vesuvius has been expelling lava as long as people can remember, at least 20 times since 2,000 years ago, when it buried the city of Pompeii. But the people keep coming back and leaving again, usually in a big rush, as seen here.
You see all these people running away, and you really don't know what's going to happen to them. They're running away from this erupting volcano, carrying all their worldly possessions on their backs, all these little baskets and bundles and stuff.
Like this one moment in time, and you're not really sure what's going to happen to everyone.
John Singleton Copley fled the American colonies during the Revolution and set up shop in England. At this time, the market for paintings was pretty much limited to portraits and historic scenes. This family portrait was sort of a big billboard to attract business. It worked. A century later in France, old-fashioned realism was out, and now broad strokes of pure color created a new, fresh impression. Paris was capital of the art world, and Claude Monet was the most famous of the Impressionists. Monet's next-door neighbor was Frederick Frieseke, a young American who went to France and became famous there with paintings like the Garden Parasol. This catches the light, the mood, and the atmosphere of a certain time and place. Okay, let's skip to our own time and check the view from our glass elevator. What's that big letter down there? It's part of the largest sculpture in North Carolina, and stretching the length of 4 football fields spells out "Picture This," certainly appropriate for an art museum. On the side of the letter P are quotes starting with a P.
Please don't turn me inside out.
Please don't let history repeat itself.
Please don't hurt me with hate.
Please don't fight fire with fire.
Please use only as directed.
Please read between the lines.
Artists always like to put people in their landscapes, but now it's live people. North Carolina sculptor Thomas Sayer, with the help of a concrete mixing truck and a huge crane, created gyre. That's G-Y-R-E, which the dictionary says is a circular or spiral form. It straddles a greenway hiking path that runs for a mile through the museum's park, which also contains an outdoor theater that seats 600, plus room on the lawn for 2,000 more. You can catch concerts ranging from classic to Latin to rock. Great old movies on the biggest outdoor screen around. And what a cool place for a picnic, even without entertainment. One of the most popular groups is Chuck Davis and his African American Dance Ensemble. You might wonder why a museum needs a theater. In the case of African art, much of it was created for dance and other performances, such as this Nigerian sawfish headdress used in ceremonial dances. Too big, too heavy for that? It's carved from very lightweight wood. This fertility sculpture from Ghana has simple geometric shapes, with the head reduced to a circle and the arms just a straight bar. When European artists discovered African art, they found they could simplify shapes to emphasize ideas, such as something new in sculpture: action. This is called Blue Dancer. Instead of a realistic image, artists could now express their personal vision. And that's where a lot of the fun in modern art begins.
This sculpture doesn't even look frozen. It looks like she's in the middle of doing something, and it looks like water, so it's really fluid.
Maybe that's how it is when you look at it, but when I look at it, I see a dancer, I could see that she was moving, but then the artist decided to just stop her and take the dance away from her and put it in the statue. And I've just seen that so many times.
I think we each have our own opinion on this.
Elizabeth Murray's abstraction is called Pigeon. The artist says there were pigeons flying through her barn studio while she was working on it. Actually, it was originally going to be called Woman. She's there, but you have to look hard.
Do you think it's a sculpture or a painting?
Well, I think it's more of a painting because usually when you have a sculpture, it's like stone or metal or something. There's not really color to it.
Abstract? No. Romery Bearden's colorful Rag and Home is the joyous return from a New Orleans funeral. Romery was born in Charlotte but raised in New York, where he learned about jazz, the blues, and wrote music that celebrated African American life.
It says that when he was a Boy Scout, he picked up some clay one day and he just started getting interested in them like that. I think that's really amazing.
Man, it's like if he just had a body, he could just get up and walk or something.
What's it all about? Artist Frank Stella said, "You can see the whole idea without any confusion." Later he said, "It's a flat surface with paint on it. That's all." It's art about art. With modern art, there seem to be a lot of puzzles. Search out the answers or solve the virtual puzzles at the Learning Center's computers and videos. What is this? It's called Medusa, and it's a red-headed woman leaning forward. Looks real, but it's more surreal and leaves a lot of questions. Who is she? And what's she doing? Where is that creepy place? It's called Six Women, but it's hardly a group portrait. Looks like most of them are not on speaking terms. The six were all friends of artist Alex Katz. Perhaps he should have called it jealousy.
It's kind of like a soap opera, the way they're all, they all look like they have their own little issues, and you're sort of curious to find out what their little issues are, even though it really has nothing to do with you.
We have to wonder why this painting from Argentina has all those names. Women's in pink, men's in red. Most disturbing are the blank ones, suggesting the many people who disappeared in the political and military terror of Argentina in the 1970s. It's titled People on Fire. Year-round, the NCMA is ever-changing. You never know who you're going to meet in the museum. These Buddhist nuns spent a week creating a sand mandala, then destroyed it to show that art and life are fleeting. There are always new shows, as different as that of the French sculptor Rodin, the art of Monet, treasures of Art Nouveau, and art influenced by rock and roll. And there's more, much more to your museum. Like new galleries for our extensive African, Oceanic, and Ancient American collections, including gold treasures from Costa Rica, marvelous Mayan art, and this weaving from Peru, showing a warrior holding gruesome battle trophies, all given a new home for the year 2000. So come on a tour, or come on your own. It's a big-time experience, and it's all yours.